It's 6 a.m. and developing this morning on Denver7 News, 2 new investigations into the Aurora Police Department.
We need to regain the trust of the community.
After a year filled with controversies and several reviews already, how will things be different now?
The Aurora Police Department needs to take serious action to evaluate what is wrong, rebuild it from the ground up.
This morning, evacuations are ordered for the Grizzly Creek fire near Glenwood Springs.
I packed up, grabbed my dog and my bikes, and took off.
Plus, college football is sidelined in Colorado this year, with the Pac-12 being the latest conference to cancel the season.
Very difficult decision. It weighed heavily on many people.
Still have the Rockies, Avs, and Nuggets to cheer for right now, and you will have the Broncos come this fall. They have their first training camp practice on Friday. We'll see how the NFL is impacted as well. Good morning, and thanks for waking up with us. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. Our biggest Bronco fan here, we know, meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo is at home this morning checking the weather. And Lisa, we could hit a record high today.
More record highs possible. We tied the record high yesterday when we hit 97. We're going to get pretty close to those record highs over the next few days. Hazy skies, a little bit of lingering cloud cover this morning, and a hot afternoon in store. We have got temperatures that are going to soar from 60s this morning to low 80s by about 10, and then low 90s by lunch. We're then going to hit highs right around 95 to right around 97 again, from Denver north up to Fort Collins and Greeley. Triple-digit heat to the southeast, and high fire danger again on the western slope. Those winds are going to kick up to about 30 miles per hour out west. And again, we've got highs near 100 there. We will take a look at the next few days. I'll show you just how close we're going to get to some of those record highs coming up, plus when we might finally get a little bit of rain here in town.
And overall, the drive doesn't look too bad here in Metro Denver. One of my cameras just tried to go dark on me right there. So I want to fire it up. I'll show you that in just a second. All right, starting up in the high country, and you can see the I-70 closure there at Dot Zero, basically between Gypsum and Glenwood Springs. I-70 is closed down. I'll have a full detailed map of how to get around it coming up in just a little bit, and you can see that how much smoke is up in the air up there. Take a look at I-25 Thornton Parkway. It looks pretty good. If you hear of a stalled car over there in the right shoulder, it's there, but it's not causing any delays by any means, so it's really not a factor if you hear about that on the radio or anywhere else here this morning. 15 minutes on that southbound side of I-25, just a couple extra minutes on 270, and that south side of town pretty quiet as well. No issues in or out of the Denver Tech Center.
All right, thank you, Jason. We are following some breaking news right now out of Brighton. Police say a man with a machete attacked several people, killing one woman. This is a live look from a still very active scene this morning. This is near Bromley Lane and 27th Avenue, not far from Bromley Farm. Police say 2 men and another woman are in the hospital with serious injuries. A suspect is in custody, but his identity and relationship to the victims has not been released yet.
The Aurora Police Department has found itself at the center of a number of controversies, from an officer found passed out drunk behind the wheel to the death of Elijah McClain, and most recently the mistaken detainment of a black woman and 4 kids. The city is now promising a top-to-bottom review of the police department. Denver7's Micah Smith joins us live, and we could learn soon what to expect from this review. Micah.
Nicole, we could. The city has selected an outside consulting group called 21CP Solutions, made up of public safety officials, attorneys, and civil rights experts, to take an in-depth look at the Aurora Police Department and to help create what the city is calling a new vision of public safety that works for everyone. The Aurora City Manager, Jim Twombly, says the goal of this review is to look at all aspects of the Aurora Police Department and identify problems. But for many activist groups, the big question is, what real changes can come out of this review? I talked to Kim Stewart, the Director of Communications for the city, and she says the impact of this review could be far-reaching. Stewart says when the review is complete, we could see policy changes, changes in the police department's hiring process, a change in curriculum for training police officers, and the implementation of new ways to engage the community. City Manager Twombly says the city decided to move forward with the review of the police department after weeks of talks and input from city leaders across various departments.
This is our highest priority. We really feel like we need to hit this. We need to regain the trust of the community. And so it's just it's a real urgency for us.
Twombly says 21CP Solutions will begin reviewing police department policies and holding community meetings within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Reporting live in Aurora, Micah Smith, Denver7.
Thank you, Micah. The group 21CP has worked for a number of cities coast to coast. Most notably, they include Baltimore, Cleveland, and Sacramento. Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser launched his own investigation into the Aurora Police Department. He'll be looking into patterns and practices of the department that might, quote, deprive individuals of their constitutional rights. Colorado's new police accountability law passed in June. That gives the AG's office authority to conduct this review. This investigation is separate from the one that the office is conducting into the death of Elijah McClain.
It is back to the drawing board for RTD board member Chantel Lewis. Every other RTD board member voted against her proposal to cut the agency's security budget by more than $20 million. That proposal would have replaced security guards with mental health and social workers. Several RTD board members called the resolution confusing, saying they're opposed to the elimination of police. Board member Lewis says if people had concerns with it, she wished they voiced those concerns earlier so she could tweak the resolution. Another board member said this is a time to look at the security company, Allied Security, and their protocols. Homeless advocates supported the idea, saying homeless are often easy targets for armed security officers. But the union, representing RTD bus drivers, says drivers are really worried about it.
There's been an increase in fights amongst passengers. There's been an increase in passengers not only assaulting, but just throwing fluids, spitting, cursing.
Board member Lewis says she's determined to bring back a clearer plan in the future.
Moments ago, the Rocky Mountain Type 2 incident team took command of the Grizzly Creek fire burning along I-70 through Glenwood Canyon. This team brings along more resources with it. Here's the latest update on the fire. It's now burning 3,200 acres, about 5 miles east of Glenwood Springs. I-70 remains closed between Glenwood Springs and Gypsum. Cottonwood Pass Road is also closed in Eagle and Garfield counties. Also, the communities of No Name, Lookout Mountain, and Coulter Creek have been evacuated. We spoke to one man who lives in No Name who told us he had to hustle to grab what he could.
I packed up, grabbed my dog and my bikes, and took off. All it would really take is a shift in the wind. I'm very concerned. I mean, it's definitely not over, and I'm just going to stay here in Glenwood.
The cause of the fire is still being investigated. And we know a lot of you wondering when I-70 will reopen. As soon as that happens, we'll send an alert on the Denver7 app. Air Tracker 7 also flew to the west of the Grizzly Creek fire yesterday to the Pine Gulch fire. That's burning just north of Grand Junction. It's grown to more than 42,000 acres and is only 7% contained right now. Some people have also been evacuated. Lightning sparked that fire on July 31st.
Joe Biden and newly announced running mate Kamala Harris will make their first appearance together today at an event in Wilmington, Delaware. And you can see behind me, that is the Biden campaign website. It's been changed to include both Biden and Harris. So we want to give you a little background on California Senator Kamala Harris. She has her law degree and became California's first female attorney general back in 2010. She was reelected by a wide margin in 2014, and she described herself as a progressive prosecutor who took a tough-on-crime approach. Harris has served as senator from California since 2017, and she became the second black woman and first South Asian American senator in history. Her mother immigrated from India. Kamala Harris gained popularity for her questioning of Brett Kavanaugh during his Supreme Court confirmation hearing, you might remember. She ran for the Democratic primary seat before eventually dropping out. So President Trump and Vice President Pence wasted little time attacking Senator Harris. The president used time during his coronavirus press briefing to address his opponent's choice.
But I was a little surprised at the pick. A lot of people would say that might be the pick. I was more surprised than anything else because she did so poorly. Many people did much better than her in the primaries. She did very poorly in the primaries. And that's like a poll.
So before becoming president, Trump twice donated to Harris's campaign for California Attorney General, both in 2011 and 2013. Vice President Pence at a rally in Arizona yesterday said picking Harris was evidence the Democratic Party has been, quote, overtaken by the radical left.
We want to thank all of you who donated to the Denver7 Pack a Backpack campaign. At a time when families are struggling, you helped us collect more than 8,000 school supplies to fill nearly 3,000 backpacks. You also helped us raise almost $37,000. Denver7 partnered with Les Schwab and Larry H. Miller to pass out those backpacks to families in need.